Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode number 6. We made it to episode number 6. I can't believe it. If you're new here, I am Sadie Smiley, and I am one half of the Women of AI, and this is.
Sharon Kinnear. I'm the other half of the Women of AI. And together we bring you a dynamic duo full of AI.
We are absolutely obsessed with all things AI, which is why we get on YouTube and talk about it every week. Make sure you check out our other videos if you're wanting our trainings and such. This is just a little gab fest. So I think we actually should start with our Midjourney brains this week because that leads us into our AI art club.
Oh,
So if this is your first time watching what we call our Midjourney brain, that was Sharon's creation, by the way, Midjourney brain. What we show you in our Midjourney brain is just what we've created, and the point here is to inspire you to create things. One of the things that I love about AI is that you can't break it.
right.
Like, if you go in and you start messing around with your WordPress, oh, you can break that. I've broken many a websites, okay? But with AI, you can't break it. You go in and you do a bad prompt in Midjourney, you get a bad result in Midjourney. Okay, next. Same with ChatGPT. You give it a prompt that wasn't that great and it gives you generic response. Well, then okay, I need to do a better job. And then you might look at one of our guides or watch one of our videos or use our prompt generator that we have inside of our membership. Use the tools available to you, but don't give up and don't be too scared to try because nothing bad is going to happen when you're in Midjourney or ChatGPT. It is a safe little bubble where you can do what you want and just see what happens. And I love that. So, Sharon, tell me, what have you been working on in your Midjourney brain?
Well, somebody yesterday posted this prompt about these little oil bottles, and I wanted to
Aren't they
see what I.
so cute? Aren't they so
So
cute?
they are so cute, and they're all different. I was really happy with them, and but I decided not to post the picture because it was out of my wheelhouse. And yesterday was my brain day to actually do some of the behind the curtain stuff. So I needed to get on with that. So if I had posted this, then I would have gone on into Midjourney and wanted to do more and complicate the prompt more. And it was a popsicle that I just had to put down. So
But how easy would it be to turn all of this into like individual elements and then you have an entire clip art bundle full of magical bottles? Like, so easy to
so
do that.
easy, so easy, very easy. I was thinking the same thing, because you don't. The beauty here is that whatever your imagination is, it can become not just your imagination. It can become wall art, clip art, paintings, posters, whatever. So, I mean, it's just so amazing, right? Um, I was working on a blog post on how AI can save you time so you can have more fun. And I thought,
Oh.
what's more fun than actually having the bejesus scared out of you coming on a roller coaster?
I was wondering where these came from. I was like, this is not Sharon's like usual. I'm like, what did she do that? What is she creating? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And so I thought one of my favorite places is the Santa Monica Pier in California.
Oh, same. Yes. Yes. Beautiful.
And so this is supposed to kind of represent that. And
Oh, I love it.
right here, these couples are at the pier.
Wow.
And then I needed a marketing team, and I had to kind of really work at pulling that out. So,
That stock photo is good though. That those women around the computer, those look
oh
good.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it worked out
Wow.
great because you'll see them on my blog. So,
Oh,
so
I
I
love
made a
it.
promise to myself that I want my blog pictures to be totally, absolutely one of a kind. So I
Yep.
go through Midjourney and I create all of the pictures that you see on my blog posts.
And I love that you put that effort in because for so many years, a lot of us have relied on stock photos because we didn't feel like there was any other option other than taking 1,000 times as long to go take our own pictures.
Mhm.
And we couldn't take these kinds of pictures off on the fly anyway. This isn't the type of thing that we have access to necessarily, right? So it's like Midjourney becomes your dream photographer, and you just tell it, "Hey, I want pictures of this," and it's like it makes me so happy. I know this is super cheesy, but it makes me so happy that it makes blogging and AI and online work accessible for those of us who felt like it wasn't really before. Like with these pictures, any pictures, I have to get out of the house to go take a picture. If someone is in a wheelchair, think about how much extra it takes to get out of the house. I only know that because I've been on bed rest and have been using wheelchairs when I'm out of the house, right? So just think about all the steps that go into having to take pictures, and then anyone, literally anyone, can sit and, even if you don't know how to type, peck on the keyboard and get these amazing photographs and images and graphics for your blog, social media, all of these things to connect with your audience and show diversity too. Like
Yes,
there's so few diverse stock photos that we actually have a blog post about where to find the most diverse stock photos on our PLR blog, because there's like, it's so hard, right? So
it
that,
is.
oh my gosh, I love this, Sharon.
So, I'm so glad you said that about inclusive. I truly believe that the internet started out leveling the field, but then the
Yeah.
bro dudes kind of like bogarted their way through. But
Yeah.
AI, which you can put on every single computer, every iPad, every tablet, every phone, has truly leveled the field and made it even. So
Yeah.
anybody can have a fantastic looking blog. And
Yeah.
you can go back and refresh some of the pictures yeah, some of the current pictures, or some of
Oh
those
yeah.
blogs that are up there that have nothing on them can now be dressed up. And Google would actually see those as fresh blogs. So,
Yes. Yes. Go in as you're doing your blog audit and update the pictures with better pictures. These photos are awesome, and you're not going to see these on stock photo sites. It's so
no,
hard to find women doing anything other than frolicking on the freaking beach, right? But
right.
to do exactly what we need them to do in business, like, yeah, it's
Like
beautiful.
presentations. I wanted some women
Yes.
doing some presentations to other, to their colleagues or whatever. It didn't matter to me, but she needed to be leading the conversation. That was really where I was going. And so in every single one of these, she's leading the conversation. And I was just thrilled about that. So
Yes.
they did give me some guys in this one, and that's okay. I'm good with that. Um,
And look at the, scroll back up and look at the black women in the pictures specifically. Look at
mhm.
their hair
Yes,
and think about the conversations that this can spark, considering what black women have to deal with when they want to wear their natural hair in a business setting. This is showing
you
different
can do
hair
that.
types. Like,
Mhm.
what the layers of what this is doing right now is just blowing my mind.
And I just made a conscientious effort on my blog post. Not only are all my pictures from Midjourney, but the header picture are all African Americans and women. I just specifically wanted women because no matter what race you are, as a woman, you have to fight to even be considered a real second class citizen. So that's another pet peeve. We won't go down that road, but
I know. I feel
anyway.
like I'm like, oh man, we're going down this like stuff that we love talking about. But I'm like, okay, okay, Sadie, focus, got
Right.
it.
But yes, I love the fact that your hair, there's so many different variations on what you can do with natural hair. And I like that when I get Caucasian women, I'm now starting to get Caucasian women with curly hair, which is great.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I have,
Beautiful.
oh yeah. So
Do you
Sadie and I,
remember that?
we were speaking at an AI summit, and we were talking about the ease of using Midjourney for book covers. And someone in the audience was writing a book, and she gave us a prompt. Sadie did the prompt as well. So this woman got 8 different choices for a book cover. She wanted a woman with red hair wrapped in a cape with a porcelain vase in her hand or something like that.
Beautiful. Yeah, it
So,
was the results from that. Just so she didn't give us like a prompt. She just told, it was a prompt, but she just told us what she wanted. So that's kind of a big thing. What Sharon said
yes,
was, She just gave us the prompt, but on her end, she was just typing, "This is what I want." And that's actually the key here. We typed in what we wanted, what she wanted, and we got a really good result. We both did, and they would make beautiful covers. But that's another part about getting started. Don't feel like you have to be a prompt engineer. Just tell Midjourney what you want and see
Right.
what happens.
And there's a lot of language out there about prompt engineers and that you have to do all of these things. Like I saw one that had a Canon a Canon camera
Yep.
versus a Nikon camera with some
Yep.
kind of lens and,
Yep.
raindrop, all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Simply make a sentence. I want a red-headed woman wearing a green dress running around in a field of daisies. It's
Mhm.
just that simple. And you know what?
Mhm.
When you get that, you will see either you like that or okay, maybe the green dress isn't working. We're going to do a different color. Just retype it. Really. That
Yes.
makes you a prompt engineer because you know what you
Yeah.
want, you know what you're looking for, and nobody else is going to have that photo. It's going to be all you.
And you know what? Why do you think this is something I've been talking about this week? Why do you think it is the bro dudes, especially, are acting like prompting is such like this magical, mystical thing? Why do you think that is?
I
Because I have
think
thoughts. I just want to know. I want to know if we're on the same thought process here.
I think that they want to make it as difficult as possible. I think that they are trying,
Yep.
there's so few barriers to get into AI, to get into Midjourney and just chat GPT. There's lots of engines out there, but those two are the most popular. And the
Yep.
barrier to get in is so low. And I think they want to scare the bejesus out of people to keep that from happening because that becomes competition. Remember, sometime, I guess it was about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks, they were talking about that AI was moving too fast and that
Mhm.
we needed to slow it down and on and on and on. Do you know who was talking about that? The white middle class, I mean the white billionaires. Okay.
The
Now,
white
now
men.
here's the thing. We now have a floor level where no matter what color you are, no matter what race, religion, what kind of disabilities you have, none of those are going to stop you from being able to use these two apps to make money. And I
Yeah.
do believe that there will be a lot more millionaires coming out of this whole thing than ever before. Now, why would the people who already have a shit ton of money want to stop you from making money? To me, they should be throwing the
Mhm.
doors open. I mean, it is a machine. It isn't
That's
sentient.
not
It
how it
doesn't
works.
control. Right,
That's not how it works. They don't want to do that. They want to hoard all the money. And they freaked out when they realized that they couldn't gatekeep this shit. That's what happened. Like, that's where I feel like they were like, oh no, we got to reel this back in. We don't have any way to gatekeep. So now the bro dudes are like, if everyone can do this, how are we special? How can we get the money from them? Right? Like, how can we sell a prompt guide for $65 if it's this easy? Like, so
right.
so they are now creating videos. Yesterday in my feed, I saw a video from a very well-known blogging course duo that I used to watch religiously, and I loved them. They were spreading what they call FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And then two other bro dudes were like, SEO's gone, your blog's gonna tank, you gotta do this. And of course, they're selling something for $1,000. And then there's a YouTube short that was talking about how Google doesn't like blogs that use AI, just like all of these scary things. And they all had the same thing in common. They were all selling you something. So they scare the shit out of you, and then they come in their white capes and pretend to have the solution that you now have to pay for. That's why they're doing this. That's why they're acting like prompt engineering is this big thing because, like, obviously, when they're getting paid $300,000, it is. But in our world, in the internet marketing world, there is no reason, there's no barrier to entry, there is no gatekeeping needed. And that is what scares these guys because they've been able to gatekeep everything.
And when someone tells you that Google does not like AI, Google owns Bard for God's sake. They put
Yeah,
Bard out there. So Google's take on AI is not whether it's AI written, it's whether it can offer some kind of value to the person who's reading the blog. So what does that mean?
exactly.
Write good content. That's
Yep.
simply what it means. You write good content, you SEO it, you put your photos on there, you put alt text on the photos, and you're gonna be good.
Yeah,
Seriously.
and like you're not taking the AI content and copying and pasting it. If you're using it the way that we teach you, then all you're really doing is elevating your blogging content with less spending less time because you're still using the same blogging fundamentals. And Google has even made statements because of this, because everyone's lying about all this. Google has even made statements saying we're not basing our ranking factors on if you're using AI or not right now. And all of the AI detectors, they can't keep up. They don't know how to detect AI. They're calling
No.
human writing AI and AI human writing. So nobody even knows if it's human or AI at this point. So there's no way to be penalized when you can't tell the difference. If you do your job, nobody will be able to tell the difference. So there's no way that it's going to be able to be penalized, you know?
Once you finished your blog, there's only two things you need to do. You need to run it through Copyscape to make sure it's not plagiarized, and it shouldn't be, but you want to definitely check that out. And you want to make sure that you've given attributions to places or people, quotes that you have, that are
Yeah.
where you may have borrowed a quote or something like that. Never put a quote out there without a name because somebody somewhere said it,
Yep.
So
Yep.
if
And
you said
you
it,
know,
then go ahead.
go ahead.
If you said it, run it through trademark or someplace like that to make sure nobody else has said it.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of times we think we said something unique and we really didn't. We think of something unique and it's not really unique. But you actually led into a really good point of we were talking earlier about OpenAI getting sued for defamation. Before we started recording, you guys, we were talking about this lawsuit, but it really comes down to taking responsibility for the content you're putting out. So what Sharon said is like fact check, get the sources, quote people, those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, you can never ever have someone come at you and say this is wrong, blah blah blah, and then you respond with, "Oh, my bad, I used ChatGPT." That's not how it works. You are responsible for all of the things that you say. Once you hit publish, that shit's on you. So you have to take responsibility. You cannot phone it in and blame it on AI for you having inaccurate content, bad content, any of that. You're using this just like any other tool. You're not just copying and pasting. So take responsibility, take that extra step and run it through Copyscape and make sure you're not plagiarizing anyone's work. So
Right.
that knocked another thing off of our list, Sharon. So let's keep going with
That's
our
great.
Midjourney brain. This is a good call. I love it.
Okay, so I was doing some wall art, so I wanted to see how big I could actually get these. So I can get these up to 600% without them
Wow.
starting to break apart, which is really great.
And
Um,
so like how big, just so like I don't know the answer to this and you might how big is that, like if I'm taking that and I want to make a canvas, I'm going to take that looks like a canvas that would go over my couch. That's what I was thinking of. So
mhm.
how big, like how many inches can I make that canvas? Is there a
I,
is there a formula or something? How do you
there is a
know?
there's a formula for it, but I think I got it as big as a big screen TV, like the biggest one, like 80 inches. So I wanted to see.
Holy
I know, so it's
moly.
almost wall size. You know.
Yeah, that's amazing. Those literally look like they would be canvases either in a doctor's office or a gallery or a bedroom, or like I'm picturing those as stretched canvases. And you guys, when you have these images, so we have the AI art vault that's coming very soon. We'll leave the link below if you're not on the wait list yet. But all the images that you see in here pretty much are going to end up in the AI art vault. So with this, what I would do is I would take that one on the right is just like calling my name. I would take that one and I would
Uh-huh.
upscale it to the 600% or whatever, right? And I would see the biggest canvas that I could print it on, and I would order it for my house, first of all. But then I would go set up a print on demand store, set up an Etsy shop for all of these canvases, and I would take these designs and put them print on demand canvases inside of an Etsy shop or on your own website. I have seen people do that successfully. So that's like the type of mindset you need to be in when you're scrolling through. If you're in the AI Art Vault, which everyone who's in our membership, the all access membership, you guys are going to get access to it right away whenever it's ready. But when you're scrolling through, that's what you need to have in your mind. Like, how can I make money off of this? And guess what? Every single one of those canvases that print on demand, beautiful. And you could expand to hundreds of similar designs, changing one color word in that prompt.
That's right. And it's a very simple prompt. This is the whole thing: background design of a geometric square lines in cubist style using acrylic paint. I
That's
mean,
beautiful.
this
And
is
if you
what I mean
take
about
that,
what Sadie was saying about you don't need to be a prompt engineer. If you
yeah.
know that you like oil paintings, Sadie loves watercolor. I love watercolor. Sadie loves it more than I do, but she also loves mushrooms. So when we go through her brain, you're going to see a lot of that. But you pick what medium you like. You pick a medium that you think you can actually make a t-shirt out of. You can put it on a mug. You can put it on
Yes.
the wall. You can make some stationery out of it. You can do some uh, greeting cards, covers. I mean, you know, if you have a great color scheme, you don't need a whole lot in your Etsy store or in your POD
Nope.
store. Yeah,
No.
just
I
and then
I
this is
love
lots
that.
and
I was
lots
just
and
gonna
lots of
say
stationery.
next is the stationery. Sorry, my internet I think is making me cut you off again.
Okay.
You guys
So I
don't
went
come
through
for me in the comments. I'm gonna mute myself so Sharon can finish.
all the spring flowers. So we had all kinds of flowers here with butterflies and bumblebees. And these can be cards, these can be stationery, they can be notepads. You can actually use these for, you can change these out because I have
Oh
some,
my
and I put
gosh.
different foods on it for recipe cards. Because
I was
why
just
recipe
thinking
cards?
recipe cards. Yes, yes,
Recipe
I
cards are
love
so
them.
boring. So it's like, well, let's make the recipe cards more exciting. So that's what we did. So anyway, I'm not going to go down because you'll see lots more, and we could talk about. There's a story behind everything that's in my Midjourney brain as to why it's there and what purpose
Right.
it serves.
Oh my
Sadie's
gosh.
Midjourney brain is a little different. Um, it's like, well, today I felt like this. Okay.
Yeah, mine are based on my moods. You can definitely see like my BPD cycle in my mid-journey brain. No, I love the stationery. I want all of it. I'm eventually going to get all of it and print it because I used to like obsessively collect stationery. I was on a website for pen pals, and my thing was like always having the coolest stationery, and my pen pals would always leave me little reviews saying I had the best stationery. I'm like, I wish I had this stationery. I love it.
I
Okay.
wanted to make for the PLR store. I wanted to make a pack of 100 flowers, flowered stationery. So
Yes. Yes.
because people still write letters, and I want people to actually, and you can make these as cards, note
Yep.
cards,
Oh,
cover cards. So
you could even like pop that into Canva and then use the color palette to make an envelope that
hmm
matches. And then
yes,
have the, oh my gosh, there's so many ways you guys can use this to make money. It's absolutely ridiculous because even if you're like, I want to do something offline, I'm so sick of everything being digital, you can take all of that and you can print it yourself, and then you can go and you can set up at a little craft fair market or at your church's flea market or whatever and sell these cute little bundles of stationery that you made. Like, and tell them that you made it. They'll grab it
right,
on.
exactly, exactly. Okay,
All
so
right, my
like I said, we could be at this all day, and uh, I wanted to see if I could actually find one more thing here.
okay.
Um, so I'm doing something with my cute owls. I just stopped on the owls there for a while, but this here abstract. So I simply asked it. Oh, Wrong one. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's moving faster than I'm moving. Futuristic abstract for a digital business. And this is what it gave me because I wanted to come up with something else to like to go on the wall that was kind of funky.
Wow.
But you can
That is
do so
cool,
much with
Sharon.
any of those.
That's another stretched canvas on a wall. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, could you picture like at a co-working space or at anything
Yeah,
like that? Like, oh, I love it.
definitely.
Okay.
All right,
I'm gonna remove this. Stop screen. All right, my turn. Let's
your
see.
turn.
Window. Here we go. Did I do that right? Okay. Oh, there.
Oops.
Okay.
There we go.
So,
Yes.
so my Midjourney brain this week is actually way different than it's ever been because
It
I'm
is.
working on the AI art vault, and we have dozens of folders, and I want to make sure every folder has 50 to 100 images. So my job right now is to go in and keep filling those folders up until they do. And I told Sharon like this is what I was going to be doing, and she said okay, and so I start going through all of the folders, and I'm like, which one do I want to do first? And then I click on watercolor, and I'm like, I'll do this one first, and I was like, oh shit, there's like 250 watercolor images. Okay, okay. it had more it had more than any of the other ones. So I I went to the interior design. That's where
That's
this one
gorgeous.
came from. So I went to interior design. I did some iPad mock-ups in neutral colors. Oh my gosh, typing neutral is so hard for me. I don't want neutral colors. Um, I kept saying, Sadie, this is not about you. This is not about you. Um, a lot of seamless patterns,
These
which were
are
really fun.
gorgeous, though.
And
Oh, really
one
nice.
of the one of the things I did a lot of was re-rolling. I did the prompt
Oh,
and then I just hit re-roll a few times, and that actually made all of the different ones.
very nice.
And then I got these are more me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So then we have my flavor. But that's the thing. Inside of the AI art vault, it's like everybody's flavor. Like it's Baskin Robbins 31 flavors. Like you're gonna find something that you can absolutely love and use for your business.
Yes. Oh, nice
Um,
dragon.
yeah, I was trying to make like a cute chibi type dragon, but this guy came out, and then I was like, shit, that's pretty. I want that on a journal cover, so I'm gonna make a
Yeah.
journal.
I mean, that's right up
Um,
to Phantasmagora.
yes, this style right here, I am so in love with.
Yeah,
And let me see what the prompt is. Ink Doodle, that's what it is.
I
Ink
love that.
Doodle, and I combined Ink Doodle and comic book, so that's why it looks like this. But Ink Doodle
Mhm.
gives really good results. Um, and then this is I wanted to we're planning on building an Airbnb, and so I wanted to show my family the vibe I would want in an Airbnb.
Mhm.
And so without all of the plants, but this vibe. So I was showing that, and then Micah did some character sheets.
Oh, nice.
um, yeah, he was having fun. When we first started doing AI art, he is an artist himself, so he was very against AI art at first. Um, and I didn't push him on it. I'm like, it's okay, cool. And I would show him some of the things I created, that kind of
Mhm.
thing. And then finally he was like, I want to make character sheets. Do you know how to do that? And I was like, Sharon has a video. So I was like, I was waiting for that day, and so now he's in here, and that makes me happy. Uh, this was the prompt of the day. Whenever we sent our email out last week,
Ah,
I sent out the prompt, and then everybody in the group did their version of this. Um, I wanted some women cooking in the kitchen that didn't look like all the stock photos, so I
oh,
did some of
these are great
those.
though. These are real people.
Yes, yes. Um, yeah, I just kind of was trying to fill up the folders. I did my hometown in a watercolor. If you guys want that prompt, I think I did vibrant watercolor, and then I said city skyline. I put timeline, but I meant skyline. So
They
city
give us
timeline works.
this picture of the guy and the clown, the two clowns.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It it's kind of a mix between like the Mad Hatter and like, I don't even know what. It's just kind of weird.
It's sort of a Beetlejuice kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's that vibe. Yeah, exactly. And I was kind of on the same wavelength with you with getting the images of women and some more we did the bottles, some more
Yes.
interior design. But yeah, I really liked Midjourney this week. I did it from my phone mostly and then my iPad yesterday. And
Mm.
I actually really got some great results with very short prompts. So I was happy.
Right. So
Will you show? Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Will you
Go ahead.
show the bulk? We
Oh
forgot to
yes.
mention the bulk thing. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead
So
and say
one
what you were going to say, though.
so one of the things that I hope you got from this is that you don't need to be so crystal clear. It doesn't need to be clear cut. It can be messy. Art is messy. Art should be messy.
Yes.
I mean, you really don't want to like not have a drop cloth, but art can be messy. So it's going to be all right. You're not going to break it. All right. So
Yes.
let me present my screen again. Share
Yep.
screen. Okay, so today's hack is how to download 100 pictures in like 30 seconds. So when you, my screen is really big. Let me see if I can just, here we go. All right, so when you open up your Midjourney archive, because that's really what this is, and another side note is you're not going to lose any pictures. If you delete them, that's fine, but you're not going to lose them. So even if you're just starting and you don't quite know how to make your own server, just know that you have an archive on midjourney.com/app. You'll log in, sign in your name, and authorize Discord to have access to it. And then you'll get to see everything you've ever created. And it will be interesting to watch what your first creation was and what your current creation is and see how far
Yes.
you've come. So that's a fun
Yes.
thing. But to get back to this little hack here, you have this arrow here that has a starburst behind it. When you click on it, what happens is I don't know why my screen. There you go. You see this open downloader, and that means you can go in and you can click as many pictures as you want, but you do have to click them individually. But the beauty here is that you don't have to go one at a time to download them. So I'm downloading all of these just to show you. And then I click open downloader, and that was 20 jobs. So that was 200, I mean 20 jobs. So, and I click download, and then it'll ask me where do I want to save it? I'll tell it, save, and that's it. Done. No
That's
more one at a time. When I first started this and I was downloading, and then Sadie and I were talking about, having an art store, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So I started kind of playing around. I couldn't find any information written about this bulk downloader. So
I
it
guess that
was,
needs to be a blog post, Sharon.
I didn't think about that, but you're right, it does.
Because if you were looking, then other people are looking, right? And then you
Right.
already have a video on it. So if you guys missed this and you want to go see the whole video, there's a video. Um, I'm trying to learn how to add videos to the screen. So, like, if this works, if I can figure it out, I can like put a video like that way. but I don't know. If
Uh-huh.
not, we'll link it below. But she has a whole video. She has a whole video. We have a whole playlist. If you go to the womenofai.com/Midjourney, you're going to be taken to our Midjourney playlist that starts with our very, 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 very beginner tutorial and goes all the way to right now how to use what is that? Uh,
Bulk download.
NIJI? Yeah, but you did the NIJI thing.
Oh, the Niji. So the
Yeah.
Niji, yeah, is the Mid-Journey's version of Anime, which is really nice. That turned out to be really popular. A lot of people are using that.
Yeah, they
And then
love it.
we have another. There's another one that we went through, which is the blend. There's a face swap. It's just tons. But we're taking it slow because we understand that everybody isn't moving at 100 miles an hour. And we're not for everyone. But our space is for women. It's safe, and you can come in and ask any questions that you want, and we will take you by the hand and get you all the way in.
Yes. And the Facebook group is the womenofai.com/FB. And that's where we have this safe space for everyone that comes in. Like all of the women that find us, they're at different levels. So we wanted to make this safe space for women that could ask like the dumb questions. Because when I first started, especially with Midjourney, and I went in other AI art groups and stuff like that and asked questions, people would literally just like laugh, react, or be total jerks about things. And so we knew that that combined with all of the 12-year-old anime people that anime girls that all these guys are making, like those two in combination, we knew like we've got to make this space. So I'm glad that we have this space for ourselves, and I'm really glad that we have this space that we can share with so many amazing women. Are we at 5,000, 6,000? Are we at
We
6,000 yet?
we are at 6,800. We're by the within a week or so we'll be at 7,500 people in our group.
I can't even keep up, and I'm a group grower. Like Facebook group growth is like my thing. I'm good at that. But like this group, man, I can't even keep up. I keep thinking, "Oh, we're almost to 5,000," and Sharon's like, "Sadie, we are already at 6,000." I'm like,
We did that.
"What?" So, yeah, how. So, oh my gosh, so thankful for everybody who's joining us. That's an amazing to have that many women in a space to learn about AI and to help each other and collaborate with each other. And this is exciting. Okay, so that brings me to more exciting news, which is that every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, Sharon and I are going to host an office hours meetup for our all access members. So if you are inside our membership, you're going to get an email as well as a message inside the membership platform that will tell you the details of how to hop on with us, as well as how to submit questions ahead of time, so we can make sure that we answer those as thoroughly as possible. Because if it's a complex question, it's much easier for us to get a few hours lead time on it and be able to come up with a cohesive answer and step by step than to answer
Right.
it right on the spot and give you a step by step path. So 9 a.m. every Tuesday, Pacific time. Everything we do is in Pacific time, only because everything we do in my other business is Pacific time, and there is no way I can keep up with two different times. So no possible way in any life. Okay. So just remember Pacific time. Anytime you see my face, it will always be Pacific. Um, Sharon, do you want to finish up with the koala thing, or do you want me to make a whole video on it? What do you want me to do with? What
No,
do
I
you want to
think you
do with
should show them koala. I think
it? Okay.
that would be they'd be interested in that.
Okay, cool. This is a complex topic, so I'm gonna try not to take too much time. So just yell at me if I'm going on too much. Okay. So the place that I actually start is inside Rank IQ. Even though I'm going to show you Koala, I'm going to show you where I'm getting the words first. You can start in Koala and do your own thing from scratch. That's fine too. So inside of Rank IQ, I run 16 reports every month for my various blogs. So let's say that I want to write about Seattle date ideas. I'm going to go to the report and I'm going to I'm going to pull the keywords. To use inside of Koala. All right. So Koala is actually koala.sh. And then once you log in, you're going to click on Koala Writer on the left-hand side. And then you can choose GPT 3.5 or 4. However, GPT-4 uses 5 times the word count, and that's huge. I do not know if it's worth the difference between the difference between the two inside of Koala. In Chat GPT, yes, I use 4 all the time. But inside of Koala, I've gotten such amazing results with 3.5 that I have not felt the need to choose 4 yet. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we can do a blog post, an Amazon product roundup, or this is brand new YouTube video to blog post, which, Sharon, we were just talking about that. Holy freaking
Oh,
moly.
that's going to
Oh
be
my gosh.
great because I'm going to use that. I'm going to try it out.
You guys, we're going to have a video on this because we're going to try this out ASAP. We just, before we started recording, said every single blog post we do needs to have a video, and every single video we do needs to have a blog post. Bam.
Yeah.
This just did that. Okay, awesome. So my keyword is Seattle date ideas. So my target keyword goes right here. And then under SEO optimization, you can choose default, manual, or AI powered. I use AI powered because why not? And then you can choose your tone or just leave it as SEO optimized, which I do because confident, knowledgeable, neutral, and clear is exactly the type of tone you want to write in. And then, Sharon, I'm going to ask you about this. So point of view, the way that I write is second person. I try to write you. Like I try to talk to you personally in my blog post. And then I also use first person because I'll say I. When you write your blog post, do you do the same or do you do something different?
No, I do the same.
Okay.
Especially with a lot of hands-on knowledge, I do want to use the I pronoun because I want them to know that I have physically done this or mentally done this, and this is how it worked out for me. So if you are kind of like on my path, then you might get something similar to that.
Yeah.
But I haven't done the they theirs yet.
Yeah. So I like to do the second person. And then because you're technically using first person, but you really want the focus to be on your audience usually. So
Right.
that's why I choose second.
Mm-hmm.
You can use real-time search results and it will cite the sources for you. So you
Wow.
can say, oh, I only want scholarly articles cited, and it would do that. I highly recommend using the outline editor and including the FAQ section. There are also advanced options, but I do not use those yet. This is a lot, though. You totally could. There's an outline
That's a lot.
prompt, extra title prompt, extra section prompt, include key takeaways. So yeah, let's create an outline. And
That's pretty good.
this does take a moment. So let me talk to you guys about pricing just so we can not stare at a blank screen.
Have you published any blogs that came off of Koala yet? Or are they still kind of like independent?
No, I have. I have, but I can't remember specifically which ones. But on DIY date night, I know that I have because that's why I got this is because
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to give up on my DIY date night site, even though I'm way too busy for it. I refuse. So that's actually what made me pay for Koala was my DIY date night.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. I know I have published some. I'll make sure I find them. So I'm on the starter plan. It's 45,000 words a month. And then if you do Koala chat, 500 messages a month. I haven't used that at all. I'm solely writing date night articles. And then if I ever get to where I'm writing more than that, I'll move up to this one. No problem. No questions asked. That's how good it is. Like that is how good it is.
Okay. I'm going to try that out.
Yes. And you know how I am about paid tools. I'm not like one to tell everyone to buy it. Like even when AI PRM, which was an amazing extension, went paid, I was like, nah, I'm out. I know you do it, and Kevin does it. Kevin still has it too, but I'm very cheap when it comes to paid AI tools because ChatGPT is so good. I you
Um,
know.
it's strange you should mention that. This is my last month with AIPRM, only
Oh
because
yeah.
um, templates work so good. Keywords everywhere. It's so good, and it's
Yep.
it's a so yeah, that's going to be going.
Okay, so this is the outline that it gave us, right? It says introduction, romantic things to do, unique date ideas, frequently asked questions. Now you can edit any of these. You can go in and not only edit the section, but look at this. Look at what it has down here, Sharon. It's got all of the keywords that it wants to be included in this freaking section.
Oh my gosh.
Is that not the most amazing thing? And you can add an extra prompt if you want to guide this section specifically. You can add the prompt there. Like, I know you can do all of this in ChatGPT, but think about how you do it in ChatGPT versus the ease of, oh my gosh.
This one is so much easier and cleaner. Um,
Yeah.
and
So,
you have more control over here than you do with ChatGPT.
oh my gosh, I'm just like, I'm in love. I'm in love with this. And you can add, okay, so this is where the rank IQ thing comes back into play. So I'll pop back over, generally speaking, into rank IQ. But look at this. You remember all those names that were in there?
Like Market, the Space Needle, yeah, all of those.
So most of those are already in here. So all I do is go through and see if there's maybe romantic picnic lunch did not pop
Mhm.
up over here. So I'm going to go to romantic things to do, and then let me see, outdoor activities. So what I'm going to do here is see if it works to include romantic picnic lunch. And then you can add sections, right? And then
Yeah,
you're going to write the article, which again takes a little bit.
wow, that's great. I love the
And that,
control that you have with that
yes, and
because
another thing that I like is that when when I ask ChatGPT to write an article, no matter the tone I choose, the very first output I get almost every time in the introduction, you can tell that it's ChatGPT, right?
yes, you can.
And
Yes,
so I've tried really hard massaging those prompts and changing things and all of that. But when it comes to the intro, Chatty is still stuck there. Here, there's really like it's not quite as Chat GPT ish. Like it's there, but it's not quite as much, you know?
it is. I know what you're saying. There are three watermarks that you're going to get in a Chat GPT blog. And if you don't pay attention, you will leave them in there because they fit well. They just don't belong there. Like in
Mm-mm.
every one, the first paragraph, it will say, in this blog, we're going to whatever.
Yep.
And then in the middle of it, there's a watermark. And at the end, there's a watermark which says conclusion. And then it
Yep.
starts the paragraph in conclusion. Okay,
Yep.
well, we don't write our blogs that way. So,
Nope. Nope. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And then one of the ways you can expand, so this says food and drink, right? And this is a very small little section. So after I pop this over into my blog, what I would do is I would go to Google and I would pull up my HARPA AI extension and
mm-hmm.
I would Google this exact keyword, Seattle date ideas, right? And then I would look at which specific places the other competitors are mentioning.
Okay.
And then I would go to, I might be a little extra with this, but I like it this way and have had good results. I take the places they mention and I don't read about it on their blog. I just take the names and I go over to Yelp and TripAdvisor and I read the reviews. And then
Uh,
I take the what I learned from the reviews and pop it in ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT writes a whole section about it.
Well, let me ask you: use the optimization part on Rank IQ at all?
Mm, so no. you like I've shown people how to use it, but
Uh-huh.
I don't. I use Rank IQ for the keyword library. 90% of the reason I'm in is because of the keyword library, and then the other 10% was this. But with Koala, I haven't even needed to use this. I've only used the keyword library and Rank IQ for a while now.
Okay, so do you have a title already for this blog
No.
post? Did they give you a title?
Oh, they might have. Hold on. Seattle date
Okay,
ideas, fun and romantic activities to enjoy in the Emerald City. Do you want me to put
all right.
that somewhere?
Can you highlight that and put that
Yeah.
in the title checker in Rank IQ? Just scroll down. No, go back to the SEO report.
Oh,
Scroll
the
down
title. Yeah. Okay.
right
Right
here.
here.
Yeah, title grader. Look at that.
So it says
So
good but too long.
the characters are too long, so Google will penalize you for that because it's neat. The sweet spot is between 47 and 53. So
Well,
you would
and
have to
actually like the long titles I still rank for. It's just like in the search, it can cut
cuts
it
it off and
off.
gives you the three dots. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Google is now
Let's
penalizing for that.
see.
For not older blogs, newer blogs coming on.
I think what I would do is I would take this and pop it into Chat GPT and see if it had other ideas for a title.
Or title. Yeah.
And then I would probably just take all of these titles and pop them into
Hmm.
Chat GPT and say, follow this style of title.
Yeah.
That would
That's
that
good.
would work. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't really use any of this. I have, like I said, I've done videos and shown people how to do it because I was doing it for
Hmm.
at first. But with the DIY date night blog, I am doing minimum viable on everything. So I am just like, I'm just trying to knock it out. And so
Yeah.
one of the things that I know people are going to comment if they watch this far into the video is this says to have a 3,100 word count, and this is only 1,300. So what I would do at this point, if I wanted to get it up to that, that's where this came in, where I go to Yelp and
Mhm.
TripAdvisor and find the exact places. And yes, that does take about an hour to do for the whole post, but it actually elevates your post so much
Yeah.
that it's totally worth it.
Wow. I'm sold on Koala. So I'm going to try that. My poor
I
coffee
love
blog.
it. Yes, your coffee blog would be really good for that. Use your Rank IQ, use some of your Rank IQ reports and then pop it into Koala. Oh my gosh, yes, yes. And then you can, if you want to use the Rank IQ optimization section, then you just take from Koala over into the optimizer, right?
Right.
That's beautiful.
Exactly. Love it.
I love it. Okay, I think that checked all of our boxes, Sharon. We got to everything.
Wow. We got through everything in less than an hour,
Yay.
53 minutes.
Yay. All right. So,
Wow.
everyone, look out for again every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be going live. That information will be inside your membership dashboard if you are a Women of AI member. All the information that you need that we mentioned in this video, all of the things we'll make sure we put in the description box. And because Mr. Beast said we need to improve our videos every time, I really need to figure out how to do these end screen things. I keep just like, I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. So, what I'm going to try to do in this video is just like be like, okay, and we'll just sit there and the end screen will go up over our face because I don't know what else to do because I feel like I'm doing a TikTok dance trying to figure out where the heck to put the end screen. So, if
We
anybody
have
has a
a
tutorial,
video team starting
maybe
soon.
yes. Okay, is there any wisdom? Any wisdom? What's the last thing we're gonna leave them with?
Hit publish. That is the best advice because if you're doing blogs, you need to hit publish. And the reason why you need to hit publish is because you're never going to get enough eyeballs on your blog for the traffic to come that you need for you to be able to sell your list anything.
Yes, and when you hit publish on every single blog post, make sure that you A, link to another one of your blog posts that's related. B, have a freebie for people to sign up to. And C, if you're one of our VIPs over in Passive Income Pathways, try to work in another VIP so you can go and give them a backlink in our little backlink directory. So level up your blogging by working together and making sure that you hit publish even before you feel like it's perfect. And with that, I'm going to leave you with silence for 5 seconds so I can try to figure out how to put a video over our faces. One of these days, I think I'm just going to Google it and see maybe somebody teaches it. So yeah,
We have
guys.
a video team starting soon, so it's going to get better.
Wherever the heck the videos are, maybe on our faces, click on the screen. Okay, bye.